regret, a teacher that often shows up too late when the window has closed and all we can do is whisper, I wish I had. Hey everyone, this is your host Hamza. In today's episode, we're diving into something we all fear, yet rarely prepare for. The most common regrets people have after 30, 50, and beyond. This episode is for anyone who still has time to change the direction of their life before it becomes a memory filled with what ifs. Because if you're still breathing, you can still choose different. So, let's start with the 30s. This is when many people begin to realize life is not as long as they thought. They feel the pressure of time, and with it comes regrets. So, what are the top regrets that people have? First, not taking enough risks. So many people say, I wish I had started that business when I had fewer responsibilities, or I wish I traveled, said yes to love, or left the job earlier. Your 20s are for trying, and your 30s are for building. But you can't build if fear owns your decisions. So start taking risk right now, at this time. The second regret we usually have, caring too much about others' opinions. This one is huge. People in their 30s say, I live to please everyone. I forgot who I was. You realize the crowd you feared was never watching you anyway. The problem that we have is we think everybody around us is thinking about us. But remember, everybody is busy in their own life, in their own thoughts, in their own problems and issues. Everybody has got their own issues. Nobody has time for you. And nobody has time to think about you. So stop caring about people's opinion. 95% of our society is negative. So what you gonna expect from negative society, negative people? Don't care what others think. Let me give you an easy example. If you're wearing a black shirt, there are a bunch of people they're gonna say, oh, it's summer. He or she is wearing a black shirt. She shouldn't be wearing that. It attracts the sun. Blah blah. And while you're wearing a white shirt, they'll say, oh, he or she is wearing white shirt. Why? The weather is polluted. The air is polluted. It'll get dirty, dusty. See, they have to talk about everything, whether good or bad. They don't care whether it's good or bad. Their job is to talk. So don't give a damn about people's opinion. They are not important. If they say you can't do it, that is not for you. That is their opinion about their own ability. They haven't seen your ability. They don't know your ability. So how could they give opinion about your ability? Remember, this is your ability. How do you think they know? They don't know anything about your ability. So when they say you can't, you say, of course, that's true. You can't, but I can. The third regret that most people have is not building strong habits. Fitness, focus, saving money, reading, discipline, going to gym, having an organized life. People wish they had been more disciplined earlier because once your 30s start, your habits run the show. What do I mean by that? Whatever habits you have built from the age of 10 to 20, from 20 to 30, they run your life. So start getting or having perfect habits like be fit, be focused, disciplined, consistent, work hard every day, every morning, every week. Have something to achieve. Instead of sleeping 8 hours, do it 6. You'll be more productive. Instead of eating junk food, go for vegetables. Instead of hanging out with friends for no reason, go to the gym. Have your me time. Have your own time with yourself. Build your body, build your muscles. Do something that lasts. Don't do something that fades away with just one snap of a finger, which is having a good time for no reason. Because these little small habits decide your future and they will run the show. They'll run you from 30 to 50 or 60 or beyond. So remember, build strong habits right now so you won't have regrets about not building strong habits. The fourth regret people have is losing their passion in the race for stability. People chase money, titles, and status, but they regret burying their creativity, their love for art, writing, music, dreaming, building something big, or dreaming big. You gotta be so focused in your passion that you gotta make something out of it. Remember, as Bob Ross says, if you are painting millions of paintings, your next painting is going to be the best one. If you're writing 5 books in a year, your next book is going to be the perfect one. So there is always something new. There is always something next, which is the best. Don't lose your passion. Just enjoy the process. Just go for the process. Just dream big. Write something. Do something. Build something. Every small evolvement in your work is an achievement. Now, let's talk about 40s. This is where you feel the weight of your choices. The consequences are no longer distant, they're here. Again, people have it in their 40s, they also have some regrets. First, putting work above relationships. You heard this a lot. I missed my children growing up. I worked 12 hours a day. Now my marriage crumbled. At 40, people often realize they climbed the ladder only to find it leaned against the wrong wall. Instead of working 20 hours, work 8 hours a day and have time for your family, have time for your friends. I mean, friends, not friends for no reason, not friends with no goals, no friends with no passion, ambition. Number 2 is not preparing financially. At this point, financial stress becomes real. They say, if only I started saving or investing in my 20s, today I would have some business or some money to run my life. Many people live by salary. I mean, paycheck to paycheck. When they had more earning power, they did not save or they did not invest or they did not make enough money out of the money they got from their check or salary. Start to learn to save money. You gotta save money. You gotta build something. You gotta invest money in something. Even investing in your own self. Even taking some courses. Even learning some skills. They are also investments. Number third regret they have is health is no longer optional. Skipping the gym in your 20s and 30s doesn't seem serious until your back hurts, your energy crashes, and doctors become part of your life. And that is the winning point for me. I never miss gym. Whatever happens, I gotta go to the gym. I gotta hit the gym. Gotta hit some weights. I gotta run. I gotta do something. I gotta do some push-ups. I cannot miss it. Don't wait until in your 40s you go to doctor instead of having fun and going to gym and being very fit and healthy. And then imagine you didn't have financial freedom and then comes health. You gotta pay for the bills of the doctor's hospital and everything. The fourth regret people have is forgetting themselves. This one breaks my heart. Like, I don't even know who I am anymore. They don't even know. Many people regret sacrificing their identity just to survive. They stopped dreaming. Some people are waiting for a chaos in this world because they don't know what they're doing, because they don't know where they're going, because their life seems like, I don't know what's going on. So let's continue. Whatever God brings, whatever happens, they don't have any strategy, policy, anything for life. The 50s are a time of reflection. And for many, it's the decade of facing truth or pain. Still, we have got some regrets at 50, at the age of 50. Not living authentically. Many say, I lived the life others expected. I never showed who I really was. The mask becomes heavy, and the freedom of truth becomes a haunting dream. Now you have lived 50 years of your lives for others. And now at 50, there is a big, heavy weight on your shoulders because you were wearing a mask. You were wearing a mask that people expected you to have. You are not the real you all this life, and that feels heavy. Be what you really are. Don't be what the society wants you to be. The second regret we have is staying too long in the wrong places. They stayed in toxic marriage, jobs, or communities out of fear, but fear steals decades. Move. You are not a tree. Move if you don't like a place. Leave if you don't like a relationship. Quit if you don't like your job. Then you can do whatever you wanted to do. Don't stay too long in the wrong place. Number 3 is ignoring their health. At 50, it's no longer about looks, it's about life. Energy, freedom, function. Many regret not taking care of their body when they had the chance. And there comes. You did not take care of your body, and there is no chance for health at that age. If you regret your health right now, you're going to regret it in the future, in your 40s and 50s. The next regret they have is never slowing down to find peace. People wish they prayed more, reflected more, meditated. They say, I spent my life running, but I don't know where I was going. Just imagine a person without a purpose. If you're leaving home in the morning, you know where you're going, right? You get there, that's it. But just imagine with life what we're doing. If you don't know where you're going, then why the hell you're running? I don't know. Everybody's running, but we're not getting anywhere. Stop running. Start praying. Start reflecting. Start meditating. Have peace with yourself. Let me take you to our home country. I've sat with elders, with my neighbors, with my relatives, elders, I mean, 30 to 60 and above. And I have heard the same pain repeat itself again and again. Some of them say, I wish I educated my daughter. I wish I did not listen to society instead of Allah. I never stood up for my sister when she was suffering. I wasted my youth in politics, gossip, and fear. I didn't build, I didn't dream, I just survived. It was most people's regrets. And still, unfortunately, there are people they don't even know what's happening in their life and they die being stupid. These are not just regrets, they're warnings and they're gifts. If we listen, if you're listening right now, you still have time. You can avoid every single one of these regrets, but it starts now, not someday. Remember, say what you need to say. Take that risk. Choose your health. Choose relationships over reputation. Pray, reflect, breathe. Start that side hustle. love louder, forgive faster. Do one bold thing this week, something your 50-year-old self will thank you for, something that you will be happy at your 40, 50, and 60. Regret is not the enemy. Regret is the teacher we meet at the end of the road if we ignored the signs. But right now, you're here and the road is still open. Live boldly, live wisely, so that one day you don't whisper, I wish I had, but shout, I'm glad I did. Thank you for listening to today's podcast. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, choose courage, choose growth, and live with no regrets. Peace and love, Hamza.